Jim Long, one of the newest PDC Tour card holders. 10 days or so ago, did we think those would be the words that I'd be speaking to you about?
No, not really. I was I was participating, so I thought that was an opportunity, of course. But there's such a strong field there, and I know England, the UK is a terribly difficult place to get your tour card. So I didn't expect that at all. I just wanted to go and play, and now I got to plan things differently.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be a different outlook for the next couple of years at least. Have you begun to sort of think what everything's going to look like over the next couple of years?
I have, yeah. I got the PDC calendar on my phone, and I have a calendar on our fridge, and I started filling in where we travel to and from, and I wasn't aware that it would be like England for 2 days or 3 days, and then the next week it's in the Netherlands. So it's gonna be pretty crazy. And then the European tours in there. So if I can qualify for any of that stuff, so it's pretty exciting, honestly. I mean, um, we love having our time over there. So hopefully it goes good.
You're going to get plenty more of it, that's for sure. We'll take you back to Milton Keynes and sort of at that halfway point, your name maybe wasn't quite in the mix at that point, but towards the end, you really started to find your feet. What do you think was about settling in or anything like that that helped you get into the position?
It's odd, honestly, because I played well the first 2 days. But man, I was missing my doubles. I was up 5-3 on Adam Lipscomb, and I went 7 darts into the nine, and I missed 9 darts at a double. He took that leg, and he played great the last two legs to win that match. But I really should have won 6-3 had I just had any one of those 9 darts go in. And then the next day with Keegan Brown, man, I missed 3 or 4 darts in almost every leg I lost. And I still ended up with 88 averages in both of those matches. So I felt like I was playing well enough. The scoring was there. Um, and then I went down the third day in the morning, and that's all I shot was the double 20 and the double 10 and the double five. I'd take, man, like multiple darts at double 20, multiple at double 10, and then I'd go double 20, double 10, double five. And that's all I did. And then honestly, my doubles just went in the rest of the time. And I mean, timing was good. The scoring was fine. So yeah, it was. I'm sure I wasn't in the conversation. I had 2 points. I had no points after the first 2 days.
Yeah. I mean that final day to do what you did and produce some of the performances, I think back-to-back 11 darters somewhere hidden amongst all the great darts you played on that final day. But we talk about the final, you were in a position where you'd already confirmed that card through the order of merit. Your opponent, Kelvin O'Keefe, needed to win that game in order to get his tour card. What was your mindset in that one? Because it was, even though you'd already confirmed it, just to do it automatically just creates an extra layer, I guess, of yeah, this is where I belong.
Yeah, something I didn't realize. I played John Brown. I didn't realize I needed 2 legs. My wife and my friends sitting there they kind of had an idea, but I didn't know. I thought I needed to get to the finals and maybe possibly win it. But as I came off, Christian Perez says, "Congratulations." And I said, "Oh, thanks," and I went and sat down. I was like, "Oh, what, congratulations." So I asked the guys at the table, and they're like, "Yeah, I think you're already in." So um, I know I started like a little slow in the final, but I mean, it is a final and it's a little more pressure and things change. But I was glad to, I just, I'll be honest, I like the idea that I qualified by points as well, because that's a good thing to be able to say you did. But I'm also happy I won the event, because that's also a good thing to say, that you actually won your way outright. So yeah, I was just happy with all of it.
This is obviously your first time over at QSchool. Has there ever been any consideration of taking that route before and trying getting onto the PDC tour?
Yeah, yeah. I totally planned on going to Q school years ago, but it was right after I was retiring, and then it was COVID, and I was like, man, I don't want to go pay my money, get tested for being positive for COVID, and then not even be able to play it. And so 2 years I didn't go because of that. And then um, I almost went last year as well, but I was doing the Modus and I was doing some other things, and um, it just didn't happen. And it was a full year playing Modus and playing with the guys on the senior tour. Such quality players everywhere over there that I just love the competition, and I just had to go. I just had to try and take it one more step.
Is there an element of sort of gaining a bit more confidence in yourself with that as well? You've shown that you can compete with those guys, as you say, at the Motor Super Series on the senior tour, and you can win titles. And if you can do that, you're not too far away from getting onto the PDC tour.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, again, like I said, I was pretty pretty happy and content to be playing the Challenge Tour this upcoming year. That's where I kind of expected to be. And I was going to continue playing Modus, of course. And that would have been it for me for the year, those events with the CDC. Um, I didn't, I don't know, I just didn't really think too much that I'm just going to get a tour card, I mean, I know the room there and I know the players, and like I didn't know I was in stage two when I got there either. So that was a surprise. So that was a big help. It was an advantage for me to not have to go through 300 guys, to try to get
Mm.
to stage two. So that's something else that worked in my favor. But I was good either way, really.
Yeah. It's obviously a big couple of years ahead for you now. What are you most looking forward to about being on the PDC tour?
You know something? I'm a massive fan of darts. I watch mostly darts. Like that's pretty much all we watch here at our house. We don't really watch a lot of hockey anymore. When the Pro Tours are on, I'm a PDC TV member. We have the PDC TV. It's always up and running on one of the 4 to 8 boards, whatever they're streaming. Um, and so I don't know, like I'm a little worried I'm too much of a fan to be playing darts with these guys. So we'll see what happens. But I think that's going to be the coolest thing is just hanging around the event and the room with all these guys who play darts for a living.
And so much of the talk over the last year or so has been about darts is a young man's sport. And I don't mean to be rude. At 56 years of age, you have gone and got your tour card and you're arguably playing some of the best darts of your life. Why do you think that is?
Uh, I I was where I worked. We worked 6 days a week, 3 shifts, 5 days a week. So it was Saturday was mandatory overtime. So I had to work every Saturday overtime. So there wasn't a lot of time for darts. My son was an athlete, so I would go to his sporting events before I would go to anything darts related. It's what I liked, and I would never take a day off of work to go play darts on the chance that I might make a few bucks. Um, so really, it's just timing. I didn't have the time to do anything different, and I had a family and a home to pay for, and bills and a retirement to plan for. So I did all that first, and um, I'm real happy. I wouldn't have done it any different. Now that I look back on it, if I get 2 years of professional darts, 50, I guess I'll be 57 in May. So I'll be about 59 when the 2 years are up almost. So I'll be quite content with that, in my lifetime. So yeah, I'm playing the best darts I've ever played, and I feel like I'm getting better still. Um, and I think that comes with better competition. You get more relaxed. And I would say I have a bit of an unfair advantage is that I don't do this for a living. I'm doing it because I love to do it. And if I can pay for my expenses and my trips, my flights and hotels and stuff, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not paying my bills with it, so it's nice.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've seen some top Canadians on the tour before. Obviously, Matt's on there at the moment. Jeff Smith was on there for a number of years. Dawson Mershell a number of years ago. Have you reached out to Jeff or Matt or anybody for any advice of what the year is going to look like for you and how you're going to deal with that?
I've been chatting with Matt, obviously, a little bit, but not a whole lot yet. Yeah, like I said, I'm quite a fan, so I watch all the tours and I see it all, but I guess I didn't really realize the how the Euro tours work with the qualifiers and then the right away and stuff. But I have an idea how it's going to work. I wasn't aware it was. I thought we'd go to UK for 4 events over 2 weeks, kind of thing. I didn't realize it was hopping from England to the Netherlands and then England back over to Germany. So that's a little more than I expected. But yeah, it's nice to have those guys to be able to reach out to and talk to. And obviously, John Part did it forever, and they're all great guys and all quick to respond when you have questions about the tour. So yeah, it's good. I'm very lucky to have that.
Something you mentioned in your PDC interview after you got your card, I think it was that the World Cup of Darts now is yourself and Matt Campbell. You've obviously played in that tournament before and represented Canada, but that's going to be another big occasion for you over at the World Cup.
It is, yeah. Something before Matt became a professional, him and I used to pair up quite a bit in Ontario. Um, and we always had such a great time. We even played a mixed trips tournament with my wife, and we played and won one with his wife in the States. So we just get along great and always have laughs. And it's like playing with somebody who's fun and doesn't care if we win or lose, which has always been my kind of attitude. So Matt and I get along great. So yeah, it's it could be the high point of the tour card, getting my tour card. I know I was trying to catch Dave on the 2-year Order of Merit, Dave Cameron, um, for the World Cup spot anyways. So yeah, it's going to be fantastic.
All right, Jim, I hope you're looking forward to it. I know we are, and yeah, looking forward to the next 2 years. Hope to speak to you again soon. Thanks for your time.
Hey, thanks for calling.